Welcome, everybody. This is Rick Geiler. I'm with SilverSide Insurance Marketing here in Arizona. Thanks for spending some time with us here today. And I'm going to try to keep it moving pretty quickly. We have Michael Frahm from the Sagicor Life Insurance Company with us. I'm going to be turning it over to him here in a minute, make him do most of the heavy lifting for me today. But what we're talking about, what we're focusing on right now is simplified issue, non-medical, and mostly term, no lapse universal life, and to a degree, some whole life. But today I think most of the presentation is going to focus on the term and no lapse UL. And the trend we're seeing in the market today, especially what we call the mid-market, say maybe 25 or 50,000 face up to, well, now with Sagicor has the mid-markets extended to 399,000 on the term. You can get competitive rates, competitive features without doing a medical exam of any kind. No paramed, no doctor's office visits, no fluid draws or anything. And as we all know, the world has been changing the last couple of decades to the point where there's just more information out there. So Sagicor is not offering their best rate to every single applicant. They are still doing an underwriting process, but they're doing it off of information provided by the applicant in a phone interview, and then information that's available in the public realm on databases such as the MIB and IntelliScript. So they are able to offer competitive rates based on health that are competitive with the rest of the market right now, which most of them are still doing some form of exam. So that's really the unique feature. That's really the unique iteration. Now, non-med has been around for a while, but generally speaking, you were talking about significantly higher rates and watered-down features. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Michael here momentarily. One thing I wanted to mention that he's not going to get into at all today is one of the products from Sagicor, which most of you folks who've made your way to our webinar here today have probably had some kind of exposure to, is their single premium whole life. And that's going to be a different presentation. So be on the lookout for a webinar invite from SilverSide about the single premium whole life, a little bit different style product, lump sum premium, and a very, very strong illness benefit. A little bit more of a senior market style product specifically than what we're going to get into today, which is a little bit broader based all the way up to age 65. So for the Life Simplified, term, no lapse UL, and whole life, I'm going to turn it over to Michael Frahm, the product manager at Sagicor Life Insurance.
All right, terrific. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. Rick's been a friend of Sagicor for many, many years on it, and he knows about our unique and innovative products that we have. I'm going to cover this for you, and like I mentioned, just a couple of the products today, just the new 10, 15, 20-year level term insurance. This we actually rolled out on May 1st of this year. And then our revamped no lapse guaranteed UL, which we came out, revamped that back in January. Some of the features on this I am going to go ahead and emphasize just so you can see how much different and unique it is. The first thing I'd like to do, though, is just give you a little background in regards to Sagicor. I'm finding out that we're one of the best kept secrets out there in the industry. But the thing is, Sagicor was established back in 1840. We have operations in 23 countries. And in the United States, Sagicor purchased American Founders Life back in 2005. And then we rebranded American Founders Life to Sagicor. We're licensed in 45 states now because we just added New Hampshire. So this is just recently, but we're not writing business in New Hampshire yet. So I'm just going to play it safe and say we're licensed in 44 states. If you're in New Hampshire, let me know. I can go ahead and work something out for you. But not in New York, Maine, Connecticut, Vermont, or Alaska. The one thing I want to mention about the term product is not available in the state of Washington yet at this time. We're rated excellent, A- by AM Best, and our name Sagicor actually came about from two different words, sage meaning wise, and core meaning heart or judgment. Now, in doing business with Sagicor, we offer a producer portal where you're going to find your forms, status reports, training modules, and we also have a dedicated producer resource center. This is flesh and blood people that are there to help you out, make your life easy and make you productive. And of course, you have full access to our Sagicor underwriters. We have an express issue, simplified issue, and full underwritten products. And we offer electronic submission process for our term, guaranteed no lapse UL, and also our whole life product. And commissions are paid on a daily basis on settled business. Now, with the term insurance, I want to break it up in two different segments. The first being simplified issue, and then I'll mention about our fully underwritten product. With our Platinum Series 10, 15, and 20-year level term, you can see the issue ages for the 10, 15, and 20-year non-tobacco are 18 to 65, 20-year tobacco 18 to 55. Now, for simplified issue, our simplified issue ages are 18 to 65, with face amounts from $50,000 just shy of $400,000, capping out at $399,999. Now, the unique thing is we have 5 risk classes for this simplified issue, not just T4 like you catch a lot of other carriers. We have non-tobacco preferred, standard, and rated, and tobacco preferred and standard. Now, with the simplified issue, it just requires a brief telephone interview, and then right at the end of that interview, you will receive the underwriting decision. We offer both e-app and paper applications, and voice signature capability during the simplified issue telephone interview. I just wanted to make a little note on here. We have a number of producers that actually do telephone sales and not face-to-face appointments. Another aspect you could do is, for example, I'm up in Phoenix here, but I drove down to Tucson. I saw somebody. They did not make a sale right then and there. They say they want to think about it. Well, I give them a call back, and they say, yes, I want to do it. Instead of my driving all the way back 100 miles down to Tucson, I can just go ahead and close the deal over the phone then by email. The health questions are only 7 yes or no's. And then, of course, never any bodily fluids, pyramid, or APS required. Now, with our fully underwritten product, the issue age is a little bit different. Now, if you're looking at this and you say, well, why is this? Well, we're trying to get you the best premium for that category instead of just standardizing it and then kicking the premium up because we threw, for example, male standard tobacco in with the other mix. So let me run this down for you. For the 10-year term, except male standard tobacco, is 18 to 75. 10-year term, male standard tobacco only, 18 to 65. 15-year term, 18 to 70. 20-year term non-tobacco, 18 to 65. And 20-year term tobacco, 18 to 55. Now, the face amounts, ages 18 to 65, are at $400,000 or more. Remember, simplified issue 18 to 65 is $50,000 to $399,999. And face amounts fully underwritten for individuals age 66 to 75 is beginning at $50,000. Underwriting for a fully underwritten product, non-tobacco at preferred, standard, and substandard, all the way through to table 8. Same thing with tobacco. Preferred, standard, and substandard. Tables 1 through 8. Now, both our simplified issue and fully underwritten products have a unique, and this is something I just want to mention on here. This is a significant, no additional cost benefit, is our accelerated benefit insurance rider for terminal condition or nursing home confinement. And as you can see, the amount of the accelerated benefit is the lesser of 50% of the initial term policy benefit amount, or $300,000. So that's the lesser of 50% of the face amount, or $300,000 for terminal condition or nursing home confinement on a term product. That's unique. Additional riders that we do have an additional charge: accident death benefit, children's term rider, only on fully underwritten apps, and waiver of premium. Now, we also have a guaranteed level premiums for the entire term, Some carriers out there may only have them guaranteed for the first 5 years. Ours is, if it's 10 years, it's 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Level death benefit to age 95, convertible to age 70, and another significant benefit that we offer with this term product is Sagicor's Term Conversion Credits Program. This is available in years 2 through 5 of the policy. For example, you see in year 2 conversion, 100% of the previous 12 months base annualized term insurance premiums can be applied towards the permanent policy. Now, this can be applied 2 different ways. It can jump start the cash value, goes right to the cash value, or you can take that and apply it towards the premiums for that new policy. Now, the one thing, what it says 100% of the previous 12 months base annualized term insurance premiums, what that means is, well, if they did have some riders on it, it doesn't include the cost of the rider, just the base term policy. So, but the previous 12 months jump starts the new permanent policy. And you can see that is also available in years 3, 4, and 5 at 80, 60, and 40%. Now, with our no lapse guaranteed universal life insurance, we're going to change gears here a little bit. This is permanent protection, and this is one that's established that it's something that's going to go to the day that your client dies, but it's not meant to have cash value. So it's going to be, think of, we have the 10, 15, and 20-year level term. Well, if somebody needs it for a longer duration, this is the product to go ahead and recommend. Now, you can see I have it broken up in 3 different columns. Express issue from $5,000 to $24,999. Issue ages 18 to 75. There's 8 health questions on that application. It's only offered by e-app only. That's how we keep our premiums so outstandingly low on this. And there's no telephone interview required on the express issue. And again, of course, no paramedic, APS, or bodily fluids. There's 2 risk classes, standard tobacco, standard non-tobacco. That's the express issue. And then our shining star, simplified issue, beginning where express issue ends at $25,000 to just shy of $250,000 at $249,999. Issue ages 18 to 65. Does this sound familiar, like our term product? Term goes up to $399.99. This one goes up to $249.99. Very similar, same application, 7 yes or no health questions, a brief telephone interview, decisions about 15 minutes. Again, no EPS, pyramid, bodily fluids. Same risk classes on there too. Non-tobacco at preferred, standard, and rated. Tobacco at preferred and standard. And then fully underwritten on here for, you can see the older ages, same thing, ages 66 up to 85, $25,000 to just shy of $250,000. And then 18 to 85 are for amounts of $250,000 or more. And the same underwriting, preferred, standard, non-tobacco, preferred, standard tobacco, and then all the way up through a table 8 for substandard, non-tobacco, and tobacco. If you're getting deja vu, it's because we're trying to keep this simple and keep it like our term product in that respect. We also do have juvenile insurance. That's for 15 days to 17 years, $5,000 to $99,999. Risk class is just a standard juvenile offered through e-app. And with the no lapse UL, we also have an accelerated benefit insurance rider. On this one here, you can see that the amount of the accelerated benefit rider is the lesser of 25% of the death benefit, or the lesser of $400,000. For terminal condition and for chronic illness, we also offer additional riders, and for additional charge, accidental death, children's term rider on fully underwritten apps, and waiver of premium rider. Here's a quick comparison. I know there's a lot of good information on this, but what this compares to, there's a number of producers out there are doing extremely well in this market of low death benefit amounts. For example, $25,000 to cover funeral expenses and anything incidental to that. You're going to catch on here that depending on the age bracket and such, whether it's fully underwritten or simplified issue, I'm told that doesn't matter if it's fully underwritten in that respect. The premium's the king. And if you look at this, you can see with our $25,000, Sagicor has the preferred, standard, and rated, and then just comparing against some of the bigger, they're known as final expense producers carriers out there, you see there's a significant difference in the premium, even in the Sagicor rated compared to theirs. And why go ahead and put your healthy clients into a costly one-size-only whole life product where we have this no lapse guaranteed, and that means guaranteed to age 120, universal life product that you can put them in there. Again, it's not intended to have cash value, but again, these folks just want something to cover their funeral costs and such. Now with our e-application process, we always like to say, ditch the paper, save a tree, go with the e-app, and it's easy as 1, 2, 3, just ask those knockout questions. You submit the e-application, and then you do the telephone interview. Now in the background of the phone interview, they're going to be running a medical information bureau and IntelliScript prescription drug check and a motor vehicle report. And then after that, they'll let you know immediately the underwriting decision, and you're done. And then you just transmit to the home office, they receive it, and just credit your commissions in that regards. Now there's some forms I just actually want to go ahead and cover with you here. And this producer kit we put together with our term insurance, this one is, I would recommend getting hold of Rick, and he can email this to you, make it available, but it has the brochure I'm going to cover in a moment, the presentation, the term insurance that I just covered on here, it's recorded, product flyer that just gives you the highlights of it, quick view, this is for producer use, product guide, that gives you the nitty-gritty details and questions you may have, the simplified issue underwriting guide. Now this one I sat down with the underwriters that then the last year, and we made it so that it's producer friendly, because that's where I cut my teeth on this. I've had a life insurance license since 1989 selling life insurance, and I wanted something that would be easy for me to, quick and easy to understand. That's where we did this. And then that beautiful term conversion program at no additional cost. And then I'm going to hit these rate sheets for you too a little bit later on to give you an idea what those look like. Let's take a look at that simplified issue application. Here's those seven yes or no questions on there. The full underwritten app. And then we also help you out with your marketing. For the term insurance, for mortgage insurance, we have this here. All you have to do is PDF fillable. You just type in your name and information, and it's yours. And you can use it. Underneath additional features, we emphasize that accelerated death benefit rider and the term conversion program. These are the two major things out there that your clients are looking for in a term product. Nobody thinks that they're going to be paying term premiums all the time, that they're going to eventually be able to put into a permanent program. And they also are concerned if they become sick or hurt, could their life insurance possibly help them out? Here is a leave behind. This is compliance approved that you can go ahead and use for your clients. And this is the one that we're talking about, that term conversion program, just laying out the details on it for them. And the consumer brochure. On the consumer brochure, I set this up so it's actually used as a sale piece on top of it. And here's that accelerated death benefit rider. And the very last sentence on it says the benefit received is the lesser of 50% of the policy face amount, or $300,000. And I mentioned about quote sheets. We have those available for you. You can just plug in the factor and come up with your quotes. And then I also like something always a little bit quicker on there. So that one here, we have it for male, female, preferred, standard. We have it for tobacco, non-tobacco rated. But preferred, standard, rated, you can see here by different blocks of business, all within that simplified issue realm. So just to switch back here. I'd like to turn this over then to Rick, and if there's any questions, I'm going to hang on the line too.
Okay, yeah, Michael, we did have a few things along the lines of the promo materials. You showed us that leave behind flyer. You had compliance approved, and I believe you're working on a few more things.
A postcard.
Right? The postcard.
Because your request on it, we said that's a beautiful idea. We're trying to go ahead and get that postcard put together too, see if it's something we can do.
Mm-hmm. And so we'll be able to help everybody get those branded with their local print shop, or however they tend to handle those. I'm trying to read the questions here as they're coming in. There's a few specific to state availability. So at this point, the products are available across the board in all 44 states Sagicor does business in. New Hampshire coming soon, and Washington would be the caveat to that right now. Is that correct,
yes.
Michael?
I'm going to go ahead and bring up that slide real quick here. Well, maybe not real quick. Here we go. And there we go. Yes. So the one thing I want to mention, like you already did, Rick, is Washington is not approved yet for the term insurance, and we're not doing business yet in New York, Maine, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Vermont, or Alaska. But New Hampshire, we just received a certificate of authority in New Hampshire. We just need to now start filing the product and such. I mean, get the product completed with the filing on there.
Right.
Now, remember, you can use telephone sales on here. I'm based right here in Arizona, and I was telling Rick earlier that I actually sat on a producer call in Mississippi, and he did everything by email and also text message. Just text message them the client to check their email on there, and they just click on their accept, and they do the e-signature in that regard. I mean, and then did the on a conference call, did the telephone interview. I mean, it was the slickest thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can get folks one-on-one training. There is some published training on the electronic application process. We can get some one-on-one sessions if you hit any glitches in that or you need anything for clarification.
We offer it right on our producer portal. It's all right there, narrated or PowerPoint.
Okay, and then I have a couple questions about any kind of leads program or any kind of marketing assistance there. I know there was a couple things on the drawing board. I don't know if there's anything you're prepared to talk about today.
I need to double check on something, so in regards to it, but we do have the pieces, and if you do have, here's the nice thing about it, if you do have something as an idea of what you want to use, let us know. We can create it. By what I mean by that is, let me go back to this one here. On this piece here, this is something that I created, having known about the mortgage industry and such. But if you need another piece, and I'm trying to get this, our other home office is in Tampa, Florida, so that's why they have ocean on here. I said, we don't have ocean, we just have beach in Arizona. Can you swap out the pictures? So they're going to be swapping the pictures out, but we can create different pieces on there too. I don't know it all. I just, that's why if you see something, you say, can you do this? I'm more than happy to help create it, submit it up through marketing, and then also compliance, and get that in your hands as fast as we can.
Okay. And then I got a couple other questions. Most of them are kind of procedural here as far as here's one on the phone interview. Is the agent in conference with the client on the phone interview? Oh,
yeah. Yes. That's the nice thing on it. When you actually do that telephone interview, you initiate it, and then you're right there on the line with them. Either it's face-to-face or conference call.
Okay, and that will be after the 7 knockout questions are done during the application process.
That's the thing. That way you get the producer gets an idea of if they're going to be come in preferred, standard, or rated. And that underwriting guide's going to be a lot of help there just to get a rough idea of how that works out. I was actually looking at this morning on, I get the reports from that. I was looking at it, and they're matching it up really I mean, people are putting in, producers are submitting preferred, getting issued preferred, standard, getting issued standard, and rated standard, or rated. It's not that they're actually getting messed up on this. It gives a good guidance on it, so you're not quoting, then have to come back and apologize and say, sorry, I did it wrong. I actually saw one that was quoted standard this morning, and it came back preferred. So the guy did, yeah, that's a nice surprise there.
So that was part of the underwriting guide, was part of the agent kit you were showing us there with those links off of that PDF, correct?
You got it. That's the one right here, and that's that simplified issue underwriting guide right here, and it applies towards the term insurance and also the no lapse guaranteed universal life. Right. And this is the one that just feel free to contact Rick. I'm going to put his contact information up here in a second, and he'll be able to go and give him all your information. He'll be able to provide that to you.
Right. I think a lot of the folks who are on today here already have this. If you don't, we can get it to you. And just so everybody knows, this is a PDF we're looking at here. But as you can see Michael's cursor on that, it has links to the full version of all of those items.
I just clicked on it.
It's pretty handy. Yeah.
And there it is. Yep. And you get it all right here. I went to the you can see it lists on there the height and weight tables. We even have anything that are knockout drugs on there. We have that list on it. It's a short list, but it goes in a lot of different, any questions you should have, this should be the one to help you out. And the entire process is documented right here also. Yep.
Makes it nice and easy. One thing, I noticed that build chart is very generous, even on the preferred is very generous.
Yeah,
if you like to eat a little bit like I do, you may still be able to squeak into the preferred category there.
That's right. Yep, I tell you.
Okay, well, thank you for being with us here, Michael. Michael's been a good partner for us here at SilverSide. He works with us on our webinars and about everything else we ask him for. So I want to let him know we really appreciate that. And for all you folks, thanks for spending a summer Tuesday afternoon with us here. We should have a recorded version of this together in case you came in partway through, which I know a lot of folks maybe did. Give us a day or so to get that cleaned up and edited, and we'll have a link out so you can review. And if we didn't get to your question or you need some clarification, go ahead and give us a buzz. Anybody over here at SilverSide can help you with this. We can get you the producer kit and whatever application materials are necessary. If you don't have online access with Sagicor yet and you need a quote or you need some application materials or whatever, go ahead. We can buzz those over to you. Once you get your writing number and you get access to the Sagicor site, you'll be able to do a lot of that on your own. We're happy to help in the meantime. So again, thanks for everybody. Thanks everybody for being with us here, and thank you for your time, Michael.